What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon, and in today's toy unboxing, I'm going to be opening up this Batman Arkham City Harley Quinn from Neca. It's going to be a little bit different than my usual toy unboxings. Normally I do the toy video thing where I test the articulation, but in today's video, I want to find out if this is a real Neca figure or a fake. Just a quick shout out to my some minions. Your support is greatly appreciated. Channel membership is now available. To find out more, hit the join button to find out about perks and exclusive videos and content. But always remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on all the videos. Let's do this. The nomination round has begun for this year's Comic Book Community Awards. Head to cbcawards.org to vote for your favourite comic book YouTube channels across a number of different categories and show your love and support for the comic book YouTube community. Nomination voting ends August 10th. Alright, so some people might have seen in a recent vlog I did, I picked up this Harley Quinn figure, and it's a figure I've been watching for quite some time on eBay. Being that I'm still fairly new to toy collecting, I've obviously learned a lot by looking at eBay and seeing that there's a lot of fakes out there, and this is a figure that I've always questioned. So I paid $40 for this figure, which is not outrageous. It's pretty standard for an action figure. It's not too cheap, it's not too expensive, it's about right on average. Black Series, Marvel Legends, even DC Multiverse are all similar to that price. So the price wasn't outrageous, but the thing is, Neca figures are normally a lot more expensive down here in Australia. So price is always the first thing that I take note of when I'm looking at stuff on eBay especially. Some of these go for as cheap as $20, which for me, it's too cheap. I'm not even gonna chance it. So I took a chance on this figure because in hand, it looked pretty good. I did go through 4 different ones and I picked the best looking one as well. But as soon as I came home, I watched a bunch of videos, did a bunch of research to find out if this was fake. And at first glance, I guess, at the stuff that I was seeing, I was like, this is definitely fake. However, the more videos I watched, the more research I did, I started to think, ooh, there is a chance that this might be legit. So we'll get it out of the box and have a good look at it. All right, so the first thing I guess we'll do is we'll have a look at the box. Everything about the box definitely looks legit. So again, when I bought this, I was pretty confident that it was the real thing. So the thing I noticed about the videos, all the videos that reviewed the legit version of this Neca figure were all from 7 years ago. And then all of the ones that reviewed the fake version of it were all from about a year ago. Now, one thing about the box I must say is, I don't know if the camera's really going to be able to tell, but everything print-wise is of high quality. So one of the things I guess you'll probably notice on fakes is the print on the box will look like arse. This all looks very good quality. So down with the box. This is the figure in the plastic still. The thing you'll notice most about fake figures is the face. The face paint is normally really off when you look at like a high quality figure versus the fake when you see pictures of it online. The tricky thing about online, obviously I've noticed on eBay, is they often don't send you a legitimate photo of the toy. They'll just send you the promo photos from, you know, the actual legitimate thing. I did go through 4 different ones of these figures. I did notice the face paints weren't exactly the same on each one. And that goes for a lot of figures. If you look at Star Wars Black Series figures and things, you'll notice the paint jobs aren't always consistent. So I definitely picked the best face. So I'll take her out of the packaging and we'll have a closer look at her. Quick look at the backing for the box there, very nice. She's held in there by, this is not like plastic, this is like a proper metal wire there. Now, no fake, I don't think, is gonna use this type of quality cable tie thing just to keep her in the packaging. So that's a good sign. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna look at is the baseball bat. Now, the first video I watched where they reviewed a fake version of this, the first thing he pointed out was the paint job on the accessory was terrible on his one. The lines there were all out of whack. I think the paint job is pretty good there, pretty spot on. I don't see anything dodgy about that at all, so very cool there. The other thing I noticed was the paint job on the hands were terrible on the fake one that the guy reviewed. Now, I thought I was missing a hand, but it was actually just loose in the box. I do have both hands in here. I don't know if my phone camera is going to be good enough to really pick up the detail in this hand. Looking at it, it's pretty decent. So I'm starting to get more and more confident that this is definitely a legit Neca figure. Again, the only reason I walked out of the shop with it is because it seemed legit to me just from looking at it from the outside of the box. So that hand looks pretty well painted there. But here's a look at the figure. So the first thing I thought was, I've seen this figure before and the face is completely different. And then what I learned was they also did a larger version of this figure, and the face on that is definitely completely different. Now, I was in Collectible Zone the other day and I noticed they actually had the larger one as well. And yeah, the face on that, it was definitely legit. So again, it gave me more and more confident that this is the real thing. So have a look at the paint on it. All looks very, very good there. She has the tattoo on her. I don't know if my lighting's very good right now. Give me a second. All right, hopefully the lighting is a bit better there. So we'll have a close look now. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident already. Like, I don't need the, oh, that's dodgy as. So I'm literally just broke. I'm not very happy with that. Okay. Now, obviously, figure joints can come out all the time, but this is literally broken from the actual joint. So that really sucks. So now I've got a one-arm Harley. So I'm probably going to have to glue that back. But once I glue it back, that arm is staying in the one spot. I'm going to be very careful. So this one here, interesting. Okay. So a couple of things that the guy said who reviewed the, I'm really pissed about that arm. That really sucks. Is that the articulation on the figure was very loose. That's the first time I've broken a figure. I can't get it off my mind right now. One thing also was the pigtails were very tight. He was scared that they were going to break off. These pigtails have articulation. Oh, that's hard to tell. I feel like that almost feels like it's going to... Oh no, that one's moving pretty good. Yeah, so the arm here... I'm really scared I'm going to break both her arms. The articulation feels tight like a regular figure. It's not loose at all. Yeah, okay, and the arms feel pretty smooth. They're just, oh man, I can't believe that happened. Let's have a look at her leg articulation. So, look, everything else feels pretty smooth. Yeah, so again, the articulation on the ankles where the video I watched was very loose, and he said it was very hard for her to stand up. I mean, look, this kind of character is wearing heels as well. I feel like that's always going to be hard anyway to stand up. But one guy who did a video said that on the bottom of all NECA figures, they should have a little stamp on the bottom of their foot. I did learn that not all NECA figures have that. Definitely the stuff he was collecting, like all the horror characters and stuff, which are a lot larger, definitely, I think, have little imprinted things on their feet. But then I learned there are definitely some like DC characters and stuff that don't have that. Because, I mean, how are you going to print something on that little foot there? As far as I can tell, look, that was definitely unfortunate that happened. Just looking at everything else on this figure, oh, the torso is very loose as well, actually. That's very loose. I'm really confused now because I've been waiting for the day that I break a figure. So this has never happened to me. And even though this broke, I wasn't instantly like, oh, this is definitely fake because this broke. I mean, that arm was just very stiff when I wasn't expecting that to break so easily. And now I'm actually starting to feel the torso is really, really loose. Like, not a nice loose like my Red Sonja figure that I unboxed recently. That's a really, really, like, you can see that, right? That's not very normal either. I feel like that's going to bust at any moment too. So, I don't know. Like, the rest of the figure seems pretty good. Obviously, she's got the chain. And the other thing I learned from watching people unbox this, when they specifically unboxed the fake, that a lot of them were impressed even though it was a fake. So the only down things to this is articulation seems pretty decent for a figure. I would just say that torso is very, very loose. And obviously this happened. So that's actually broken off from the joint there. Obviously normally things like that pop out. That's very common on action figures since I started collecting, but I've never had one break like this. So, and quality wise, look, the thing I've learned about action figures is the quality control is not there. I mean, I've seen a guy unbox a DC Multiverse figure where the torso snapped right off when he was testing the articulation. That's why I'm saying, even though this broken arm thing happened, I'm not ruling out that, oh, it's fake because this broke straight away. These things I think can happen with action figures. So another thing I actually just noticed was that the actual tattoo here on her waist, which actually looked pretty good, even on the fake ones that I saw, that's actually come off from the bottom of her vest, just clipping it. That's actually worn away already. So I am so confused right now. But what do you guys think? I mean, there's a close look at it. Is this real or fake? You guys let me know in the comments. All right, so it's been a few weeks since I unboxed this figure, and hopefully if you've made it this far in the video, this next part will create a little bit of discussion and thought. I still haven't glued the arm back. I'm hoping maybe there might be another way, but I'm most likely gonna glue the arm back. But I guess the thing I wanna bring up is, yes, the arm broke, and yes, the torso is barely hanging on. Do I think this action figure is fake? I don't know. I still really don't know, and I'm still leaning towards the side of no, it's not. Because from what I've seen from images and things, the biggest giveaway to your bootleg figures is the paint jobs and the packaging. Packaging was on point for me, and even just the figure itself, I just feel like it's a really, really good looking figure. Did it pass the quality control test? Absolutely not. And one of the reasons I think that it's probably still legit is because these things can happen with quality, or what are supposed to be quality action figures. And I've actually got two examples to show you. So in my time, I've never seen this, like just a super loose, it's just not even there, just not connected properly. And the more I do that, the more it's probably just gonna break completely. A friend of mine, shout out to my mate Stu for Infinite Comics on Instagram, he actually lent me a Star Wars Black Series figure where he said he had this issue with the head of a Princess Leia figure. So I'm gonna show you that and we're gonna have a look at it. And then I'm also gonna show you something that happened to another Black Series figure that I unboxed recently. All right, so this is his Princess Leia Black Series figure. Now, to the naked eye, it looks fine, right? But if you actually look at this head, it is completely loose off the joint. So you can just see it's just kind of shakes around. Yeah, it's just completely cooked. And he got that brand new out of the packaging. And it really was, you know, disheartening for him. He wasn't very happy that this happened. And the crazy thing is, a lot of collectors obviously are inbox collectors, and they buy this and they have no issues at all. For people who do take them out of the box, obviously this is something that can absolutely happen, which is why, again, I'm not ruling out that this Harley Quinn figure is fake. I'm actually leaning towards that it's, you know, real, because again, look how good that figure looks. Its face is great, the paint job looks good. I'm really leaning towards this action figure actually being legit, and I just ran into some bad luck. Now, another figure I've got from Black Series, I recently unboxed my Mandalorian Star Wars Black Series figure. I didn't do a proper video for it, I just unboxed it for a short video. So here is the figure here. It looks pretty good, right? But right here, you'll see, is where his holster was. Now, in the short, you actually see me pop the gun into the holster and everything was all good. But here's the holster here. And as you can see, it's come right off. All I was doing was, I think I was trying to put his pistol into his hand, and it was barely any force. Basically just a little bit of the weight of my hand leaned against it here, and it popped right off. And again, this is a legit Black Series figure, so these things, I mean, they can happen, unfortunately. So yeah, my heart tells me that this is still a legit figure. The things that are playing against it is obviously the quality control, and also the fact that all the reviews on this figure on YouTube were all from 7 years ago. So this is actually an older figure. I mean, usually a figure doesn't stick around for 7 years. I mean, unless obviously this is a reissue of it. As far as the look of it, just to me, it just seems like it's the real thing. But I don't know. What do you guys think? If you guys are more experienced in toy collecting, you guys let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel, check out all my other stuff I do. It's not just toys, it's comics, it's vlogs, it's Comic-Con, cosplay, all that stuff. Check it out, and until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple. I'm pretty confident already, like I don't need the, oh! That's dodgy as. So I'm literally just broke. I'm not very happy with that. Oh, okay, that's really crap. So